Winter, my least favourite time of the year. No, but seriously, I am definitely someone who struggles with winter blues. I find it difficult to find the energy to see people or to keep myself motivated or to get outside and keep a healthy rhythm. But this year I have been romanticising the shit out of it. My winter has consisted of cozy nights with family and friends, good food, and embracing the darkness, but also basking in the sunlight during those few special moments. I have been focusing on celebrating every little win, down to my 365-day streak on Duolingo, or the fact that I finally uploaded a real YouTube video. Just a little sidetrack. Thank you so much for leaving such lovely comments on my last video. Before I uploaded that, I had 2 subscribers and an average of 2 views, so it was really nice and really heartwarming to receive some really cute comments. So thank you, I really mean it. Last week it finally snowed here in the Netherlands. We've had a few really strange years where the snowfall was very irregular, so the white fluffy layer in the darkness of winter was such a welcome surprise. When it snows, everyone seems to let go a little. We can all be playful and silly, and yet the snow gives everyone such a serene and quiet atmosphere as soon as it quiets down. The days feel lighter, and the cold somehow becomes much more bearable. And still, my body is rebelling. I've had a panic attack, I've nearly fainted in a researcher's office, and I got kind of sick again all within the first 3 weeks of January, and to be honest, I've been feeling a little bit uncomfortable in my own skin again. And so this year, I want to focus on one thing and one thing only: rebuilding the relationship my mind has with my body. Okay, I'm gonna get a teensy bit personal here, but about 2 years ago, I started feeling chronically nauseous. I would wake up in the morning and I would feel like I could be sick any minute. When I realized I could no longer go through like this anymore, I went to see a doctor and I got myself a referral for therapy, and that's where I got diagnosed with anxiety. And the crazy thing is, crazy, right? Therapy works. No, the crazy thing is that it actually works. I noticed pretty much immediate differences just because I had finally taken the step to get my bottom into therapy. But my family and friends also noticed differences. They all said that I seemed so much happier and so much healthier. And then I stopped because we were cool, we were done, I was ready. And I think it's been about a year where I've kind of just neglected all those practices that I was doing with my therapist. And I think slowly I'm beginning to notice some backtrack in some patterns. And so I think I'm going to try and reintroduce or maybe reinforce some standard things that I used to do with my therapist in order to get back into that headspace that I was, and maybe even improve the relationship even further. I feel like this is the kind of journey that I will have for the rest of my life. I think anyone with a body is gonna have to do some relationship work because it's just a complicated thing, isn't it? So yeah, this year I'm working on that relationship. So there's a few concrete plans that I have set for myself, and the first thing I'm going to try and do is morning breaths and stretches. I realized that usually when I wake up, my mind has gone through some really intense dream experiences while my body has just been lying still, and I think having a moment to recalibrate and set some intentions and just listen is, I think, theoretically quite a good way to start the morning. I'm not going to stick to this if I notice that it doesn't help, because I'm not a morning person. Number 2, I am going to set myself reminders every hour on my phone just to say, have a check-in. You know how you have to set reminders on your phone to look away from your screen to avoid eye strain? This is kind of what I want to do with my body, where I just check, like, how are my shoulders, how are my wrists, but not just outside things, how are my organs? How's my stomach? Am I feeling nauseous? What am I feeling? You know, those kind of questions. Number 3, I'm going to try and broaden my sensational vocabulary. And what I mean is, I would like to journal a little bit more, specifically focusing on my feelings, or drawing, or writing stories, just trying to capture feelings so that maybe I can recognize them more easily, or maybe create more recognizable patterns, because I think there are so many feelings right now that I tend to cluster just under discomfort, comfort or discomfort. And finally, when it comes to making these videos, which I do want to do, I still want to make these videos, I want to film myself in them. I did that in the last one, I'm doing it in this one, and I'm doing it very consciously. Because I've noticed that when I see pictures of myself, when I see footage of myself, even when I am brave enough to look in the mirror, all I focus on are the issues, the points for criticism. And the thing that I find fascinating is that I only do that with myself. I think most people, I think it's quite normal to do this more with yourself. But God, wouldn't it be nice if I looked at myself like I look at my friends? You know, when I look at my friends, I see the way that they smile when they say hello. I see the way that they carry themselves when they're really focused, or the way that they fidget when they're listening to a story and getting restless. And I never even notice all the things that I notice with myself. And I think if I film myself, hopefully I'll see myself from a wider perspective. I'll see myself talking, I'll see myself laughing and smiling and looking in different angles. You know, just this angle alone. My camera is actually here. I never really see this angle, and wouldn't it be nice if I just look in the mirror at some point, and instead of seeing an object that I should control, that I should criticize, that I should discipline into looking the way that I want it to look, wouldn't it be nice if instead of that I just saw a friend, a friendly face that I recognize, that my mind can say, hey, that's you, instead of thinking, oh, that's you, you know? And I hope it doesn't come across as something too self-involved, but I just wanted to share that sentiment in case anyone else is feeling that way. You know, I think the biggest issue that I've had with my body is that sometimes I wish I didn't have one. Sometimes I wish I was invisible. Sometimes I wish my body wouldn't give away my every thought like some kind of snitch. I swear, when I feel only the slightest bit of embarrassment, my face turns bright red. When I'm insecure, I hunch over. And in the worst case scenario, when I'm desperately trying to convince myself that I'm happy, I'll get a panic attack. And it can be hard, you know? Being a woman, getting grabbed, being told that your feelings and your emotions are a sign of weakness or something that you have to discipline. It can just be hard to have a body sometimes, but oh my God, I'm so lucky that I'm here, that I exist, that I have a body that works so well with me, for me. You know, sometimes I go for a run in the mornings and the sun is shining and the birds are flying over and I feel so alive. Sometimes I'm in the cinema or in a museum or just at home watching a stupid little YouTube video and I will feel so overwhelmed by emotions. Sometimes because it's so beautiful, sometimes because it's so sad. I think even when I'm hugging a friend and I feel this warmth from inside and I feel this smile that I simply can't control, I think those are the moments that I feel so happy to have a body and to feel so many things all the time. Yeah. I guess I'm pretty lucky actually.